So, good morning. A pleasant Monday to you. This is our offline video lesson number 9. So, our discussion for today is political and leadership structures and understanding culture, society, and politics. So, first, we define the political organization. A group of persons organized to seek or exercise power in government or public affairs by supporting candidates for the office, by lobbying for action and mobilizing support for the bills or government policy. So, and a human group have a developed ways in a public decision making, leadership, maintenance of a social cohesion and order, protection of a group's rights, safety from the external threats are handled. According to the anthropologists, identify this political system or political organization. In the study of political system, anthropologists have learned about the myriad ways that people acquire power or ability to get others to do what one's wants, and authority or social acceptable ways in which to wield power. While political anthropologists and political scientists share that an interest in the political system, political anthropologists are interested in the political system from all different types of societies, while political scientists focus on the contemporary nation states. So here are the types of political organization. We have bands, tribes, chiefdoms, and state. So first, I discuss bands. So it was a political organization concerned with meeting the basic needs for survival. Decision making and leadership are focused on how best to meet those needs. So the power can be situational, with leadership based on the skill and personality of individuals. Leaders do not have power to enforce their will on the group. All members of the group, generally adults, contribute the decision-making process, because in this group decision-making process and the fact that everyone has access to the resources needed to survive. Bands is equivalent to egalitarian. Next is the tribes. So, like the bands, tribes is a political organization focused on meeting needs of a group. However, the structure and organization are more formalized because most are reliant on the pastoralism or horticulture. This leads to the concept of communal ownership of a land. Membership in the tribes is usually restricted to the decent group. Tribes generally have more permanent settlement than the bands, while still relatively to the egalitarian. Political leaders have more power than the leaders of the bands. However, the leader who tries to exercise too much power can be disposed through social structure method. So this prevent over the centralization of power and the wealth. So the succession of the tribal leaders is the status, ascribe, and achievement. So in the status, it was referred to the position an individual has as within in the society, and achieve based on the skill, choices, and accomplishment. Ascribe it was assigned without reference or personal skills. It focused on maybe the sex or ages. Next is the chiefdoms. So constitute of political organization characterized by special hierarchy and consolidation of political power into a full-time specialist who control the production and distribution. So the leader or the chief with a bit like a big man, they were reliant on the persuasive skill but had more control over the resources. Chiefs were open spiritual leader which helped to demonstrate their right to lead. They are responsible for settling dispute among the constituent, but could not always enforce their decision. Successive leadership usually fell within the family line. Something that contributed to the development of hierarchical society. However, leadership was not guaranteed. The chief had to continually demonstrate their ability to lead. Competition for the leadership can be fierce. Warfare was a frequent and nature of which change economic gain was primary motives. Next is the state. State have a power over the domain. They are defined citizen and its right and responsibility. Inequality is norms with clear social class defined. States monopolize use of force and maintenance of whole countryside. They keep the track of citizen in terms of number, age, gender, location, wealth through census systems. They have a power to extract resources from the citizen through taxes, which can be through cash or etc. So next, in our next slide, we have the leadership style. So a leadership approach to provide direction, implementing plans, and motivating. So we have 7 leadership styles in our organization. So first, we have authoritarian. So authoritarian or autocratic dictates policy and procedure and direct the work done by the group without looking for any meaningful input from them. The group led by the authoritarian would be expected to complete their tasks under close supervision. When authoritarian leadership stray into the areas where it's not needed, it can create dysfunctional environment where the followers are good guys or domineering leaders, the bad guys. Next is participative leadership. So that is equivalent to democratic. Group members from engage in the decision-making process when they have participative leader. Those leaders practicing the participative leadership style offer the guidance to the group as their input in decision making but retain final say. Participative leadership make their group feel like they part of the team, which creates commitment within the group. Next is delegative leadership. So it is equivalent to laissez-faire and France. So leadership practicing the delegative leadership style are very hands-off. They offer little or no guidance to the group and leave decision making up to the group. The delegative leader will provide the necessary tools and resources to complete the project and will take responsibility for the decision making and action, but the power is basically handed over to the group. Next is transactional leadership. So transactional leadership is a set of activities that involve exchange between followers and leader and deals with daily tasks. Transactional leadership deals with those day-to-day tasks that get job done. The majority models we talks about in the last maybe you can research the Fiedler contingency theory. So you can find out the more facts about transactional leadership. So it was based on the concept of the exchange between leadership and followers. The leaders provide followers with direction, resources, and rewards in exchange for productivity and task accomplishment. Next is charismatic leadership. Charismatic leaders don't doubt their own decision. They move forward unwaveringly and believe that decisions they make are correct ones. They move through the crowd of their followers, shaking hand and leading an encouraging word. They are undeniably clear on the expectation and where they see a company going. They have mastered the arts of developing images for themselves that other wants to emulate. Next is transformational leadership. So we have maybe you read the book of Bass in 1990. It should be the transformational leadership. According to his book, transformational leadership, a concept takes that one step further and expect intellectual stimulation from leader as well as individual consideration, in which leader singles out followers and provides them with additional motivation. So transitional leaders motivates and teach within shared vision of the future. They communicate well, they inspire their group because they expect the best from everyone and hold them accountable as well. Transformational leaders usually exhibit the following traits: so integrity, self-awareness, authenticity, and empathy. Last is servant leaders. So if you have understand the concept of servant leadership, they are profess in the practicing of daily. So servant leader is once, regardless of the level of the corporate hierarchy, who leads by meeting the needs of the team. So maybe we can focus on the servant leadership. Maybe the values are important in the world of servant leadership. So those are led within this network do so with a generosity of spirit. Servant leaders can achieve power because of their ideals and ethics. So thank you for listening. Here are the website or reference to that lesson. So I hope you understand, and I will send the activity sheets and quiz in our group chat and FB group, and I will upload this video on my YouTube channel. And also, please be guided that I have my reminders or instruction in my activity sheet. So this activity sheets and quiz will submit on December 6 December 6 to December 6 to December 8. So that is the retrieval. So thank you.